So, from this top screen, you can go to View and to Sidebar widgets. And the Sidebar widget has a lot of different stuff that you can use. You can use a gallery to import your images. If you have multiple pages, you can do the page list, which will show a list of all the different kind of slides that you have within the document. One thing that is really useful, and that is in View, I'm sorry, the Sidebar widget, is the Gallery widget. From this gallery, you have basically two different options for this one. A clip art, which has preset types of images, and you have in your own personal My Pictures. So if you had saved your images to your computer, this one will automatically be able to scroll through and look up the images if you needed to. All you have to do is just hold down the image and drag it to the screen, and it will pop up the image, automatically importing it directly into your Starboard. From here, once again, you can go and you can highlight different things. You can write on it, underline, emphasize, stuff like that. You can also, in this one, you should be able to trash it, I swear, and there you go. Double click on the trash. Those clip arts, we have tons of different stuff. From backgrounds to make your Startboards look pretty, to mathematics like geometric shapes. You can have 3D shapes, and it brings up the images of those three-dimensional shapes that you can use. You can click on it here, bring it on. When you click on it, it gives you these boxes that you can then resize the image if you want. Or at the top one, you can rotate it, turning it around. This may also be something good to use if you're, say, working in perspective, where you're showing somebody. You can also go back down, select maybe the dotted line, and then create those dotted lines to go back to, like, say, a vanishing point or something. Actually, I'll go that way. Something like that. To get the image out of there, if you're done with it, you need to click on it, click on Menu, and then delete the image. Stuff that is in your guys' Startboard. For quick reference, you can go to Document. This will also have your page list too, as a quick reference for if you wanted to add or scroll between pages. Another thing is that quick gallery option right here, and these buttons can maximize or minimize the different tabs within the tabs. Going down to properties, you can also use this to change the background image if you want, when selecting, when making your Startboard. And then View will also help look at the entire image, since you notice that as a Startboard it also has a scroll bar. This image is actually really only a small amount that you're actually seeing of this Startboard. You can change the size of it and bring it out, but you still have all this amount of space within each application of Startboard. You can create multiple images by dragging, let's say, clip arts to here. Let's say you have dragged multiple images, and it works like a mouse. If you click out of this, you can go to the View and change your guys' style, and you can look at separate pieces of one gigantic Startboard application document. The thing that is a really cool application is, in this little toolbox, is the spotlight. From here, it is kind of like, dragging this aside, you can spotlight a specific area of your guys' presentation. It automatically zooms in, and you can change the orientation from circle to square, And you don't need to resize it if you don't want to. You can just move this around, looking at the different properties of that image that you have up there. It has 3 different sizes. You can zoom out all the way. This is one time, maybe you just wanted to focus directly on this piece. Or you can zoom in and look at the detail within that image that you're trying to show. Another tool would be to click on this page icon, and it will bring up a Finder window in which you can automatically import pictures if you wanted to. This is another way. Or if you had a document, say something you wanted, a file or something like that, you can use that and import the actual document into the Starboard and write on that document as well. Let's see, those are pretty much the basics. Sorry. Those are pretty much the basics. This one will clear out of the application if you're done with it. It'll also give you the option to save it if you want to for later use. Say maybe you create all these different applications using the background color, importing your images, writing on it. You can save it to call up for other classes. You can save it to import, to change between computers or something like that. Maybe you wanted to take it home. That is done from this point, but no, I didn't want to save. And this brings you back to the main screen. Now that was just the Starboard case. This works exactly as a regular computer and mouse as well. The only thing that you need is that if you go to, say, the internet, you need to make sure that if you're going to use it as a tool, that you use a computer first to pull up all the different things that you need. It will not allow you to, unfortunately, write into a text box from this board. When starting the Starboard application, you may notice that sometimes this may need to be calibrated. You're meaning to write over here, but it's writing over there. You can calibrate this pen from the main screen. All you need to do is go to Settings and go to Startboard and go to Calibrate. It'll ask you, do you prefer the calibration, blah, blah, blah. You want to go to OK, and it'll bring up this screen. This screen has 9 different points all around it, in which you'll calibrate it in order that they go. The first one will start with red and a white flashing arrow, or crosshair, sorry. And then you will click and hold down the pen until it turns green, and then let go. You'll also hear a beep, and that will say that it is saving that location. You'll go around from all 9 areas, and then it'll come up with this calibration completed, and your pen is calibrated. Another thing to think about is that the pen itself, the way that it works, is that it's clicking on here, but it's also sending a signal up to the Startboard, or the little projector thing. And so the pen does not work if you are really far away from it. It needs to be within this kind of area to work, to be able to recognize within the system and to be able to be used. Starboard and everything else can be worked out with the help button right up here. If you need to find a specific thing or how to do something, you can always go to the Startboard help, and it has excellent topics within it. If you're looking for something that may not have been covered in this lesson, you can go there, go on your computer, type in search box, and it also gives you a little introduction, what it is, screen elements, quick start guide, stuff like that. If it's not located in this video, then it'll be here. Okay?